A Grade A area court sitting in Abuja has restrained Chief Raf Okey Nwosu and others identified as members of his factional leadership of the Inter-Party Advisory Council from acting, functioning, or parading themselves as members of the Central Management Committee of the Council. The court also restrained them from conducting any election into the office of the National Chairman or President of IPAC or any other offices. Ruling in an ex parte motion filed by Dr. Leonard Nzenwa, the national chairman of AAC party and the court-recognized president of IPAC. The court also restrained the Okey Nwosu-led factional group from giving effect to the purported inauguration of an illegal Central Management Committee by Mr. Peter Ahmed, the former chairman of IPAC. Other respondents are Alhaji A.A. Salam, Honorable Adekunle Rufai Omoaje, Elder Chuks Achusi. The court further restrained Mr. Peter Ahmed, who was listed in the suit as the first defendant, from exercising any power, function or duty of the national chairman or president of IPAC or doing any other act whatsoever relating or pertaining to the office of the national chairman or president of IPAC. In a ruling delivered by M.A. Sadiq, the presiding judge also granted an order of substituted service of all the processes, either by delivering same at their last known addresses or through their WhatsApp numbers. It will be recalled that IPAC was embroiled in a crisis following the registration of 74 political parties by INEC in February 2020. The remaining 18 political parties elected Dr. Leonard Nzenwa to lead them pending the conduct of full elections. An Abuja High Court also affirmed Leonard as the chairman of IPAC and gave him full powers to lead the organization, including any future transition. However, Mr. Peter Ahmed, whose party, Progressive People's Alliance, was one of the deregistered parties, refused to recognize the election and went ahead to inaugurate the Okey Nwosu Central Management Committee, from which the court has now restrained them from parading or acting as members. Addressing newsmen after obtaining the order of interim injunction and substituted service, counsel to Nzenwa Chibuzo Ezike said if Peter Ahmed continues to disobey the orders of court, they would have no choice but to move the court to commence criminal trial of Chief Peter Ahmed and his cohorts.
The court made an interim order that the first respondent should stop performing or acting or carry itself as the chairman of IPAC pending when the motion on notice is heard, that all status quo should be maintained and all other processes, both the criminal summons and every other process, be served on the first to the fifth respondent through substituted means.
He concluded by saying that a deregistered party that won an appeal, which is currently being challenged by INEC at the Supreme Court, has not been listed as a registered party, does not have the legal right to call itself a political party, carry out the functions of a registered party, or participate in choosing leadership for IPAC until the Supreme Court decides the pending appeal and an enforcement is carried out either by INEC or the courts. Leonard Nzenwa, the man in the eye of the storm, described the happenings as mere distractions that would not be allowed to diminish the value of democracy.
What we have done today is a clear example that we are not thugs, is a clear example that we want to follow the rules of law, is a clear example that things must be done decently, is a clear example that Nigerian political party has come to stay. And I will have an advice for my colleagues. They do have to get back to INEC, the Independent National Electoral Commission, that they have issues with. IPAC is separate, distinct and different from INEC.
Nzenwa says the attempt to break into IPAC's office as criminal, which should not be taken lightly, saying the full weight of the law will be brought upon the respondents. Earlier, FCT High Court had in another suit recognized and validated the position of Dr. Leonard Nzenwa as the duly elected leader of IPAC.